I see a lot of potential here. This guy doesn't know who he's messing with. This haiku just doesn't care about the well-being of other plants, does it?
It's all garden.
And if you're here to see a garden transformation, then you are definitely in the right place. So in this week's episode, I'm popping up on your screen somewhere now. I think that might have been one of my favorite videos. Now, Alan has gone through a lot in recent years, rest and give him his garden back for him to enjoy again. I could instantly tell that this garden was very well loved at one point. I knew it from the moment I did a really nice paved area that had unfortunately become inaccessible thanks to a broken glass table. It had left thousands surrounded by a beautiful garden bed, which was absolutely littered with a variety of plants. These garden beds were actually built by Alan himself, a bunch of weeds. All of the paving around this garden bed was really messy as well and needed a lot of clearing up. And then further out the back was where there were three. There was a peach, there was an apricot, and there was a plum. This yard was a privilege to work in, and I hope you guys enjoy the transformation.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We'll get this done.
If you want a little more, you can have it.
He took me to his shed out the back and offered to get and stay in the back, so I won't have an excuse not to mow my own lawns now. But I thought that was really nice of him. If you'd like to support the channel, don't forget Aiden, but make sure you save me some too. Anyway, jokes aside, let's get straight into the video. It's good that the grass is looking green again.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you were happy, I was just going to offer to do the backyard.
What?
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I can work when you're not here, but it's totally up to you, no pressure, of course. If there's access around the side there, then I can just get to work. Mind?
Yeah, if you want it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Alan.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll see you tomorrow, all right?
Okay.
All right, good luck with the... Alright, first thing I'm going to do is move some of this clutter over to the carport over here. You can see all this stuff here will be dumped, eventually getting rid of all this broken glass on the floor, and then we'll get all the weeds up. And it is also bin night. There's quite a bit of space left in the bins, and Alan, once he's told me he's had some trouble trying to find someone to get rid of these for him, so he was just going to put them in the recycling bin and get rid of them that way. Alright, we're a nice rustic wheelbarrow here. Nothing like a rustic wheelbarrow. Just in there. From that table. And it's all on top of a bunch of weeds growing through the cracks, so it's going to be pretty hard to get out. Fine. I've got to make sure all this glass is gone. Otherwise I'm going to be flicking glass into my face, and we can't have that. Once I've got a little area clear, I should be able to use a leaf blower to blow the glass onto this area where I can scoop it up, put it in the bin. Alright, we've got our first plant of the episode here. This is silver calanchoe. We just call them silver spoons. They're a very popular sucker and they don't like a lot of watering. I'm going to take these home, plant them in my garden, these guys. They're very easy to propagate, so keep that in mind as well. And who knows, maybe down the line I can bring these into someone else's garden. Bits of glass and rock everywhere, so see there's some here. It's everywhere, so I'm just using the leaf blower to make sure. you guys these flowers before I obliterate them. They're called seaside daisies. This here, they're popular with the bees, but this one here was a drop seed, so it has to go. They also make loads of flowers, so pretty popular. Take a look at these guys. They're called silverleaf gazanias, and aren't they just beautiful? I absolutely love gazania, the silvery, fuzzy texture. A lot of the other variants have bigger, thicker, and darker green leaves. I think gazanias in general, they're all beautiful. A lot of this dead growth here. And then I have to remember where all these pot plants go. Get them all back where I put them, and then we can continue getting all the glass. Around, made it a little bit difficult, so I had to cut off a little bit more than I wanted to. Got a lot of dead flowers here, so give me one sec. Okay, cutting them back this much will make sure that they come back bushy. But I have never seen one of these in the ground in my life. They're always in pots. If you've ever seen these guys in the ground, let me know. And they're actually really... Twice. They're some of the most beautiful flowers you'll ever see. This one's a bit neglected. Good thing is they don't actually need much attention at all, so... They come in a variety of colours as well, probably most commonly in red. I've actually never seen one like this that's pink in the middle and cream. A lot of ants to your garden as well. If you take a look here, just look how beautiful that flower is. For some reason, ants, they open during the day and close during the night. Let me know if I'm right or wrong there, I'm not 100% sure. There's another hibiscus over here, and we're going to have a yellow one over here. Now, it is full of flowers, so I'm going to pull one of these off just to show you. That is one beautiful full sun for them to flower well, otherwise they probably won't grow very well. Alright, all these cuttings are going in the back of my ute, so I'm going to have a lot of silver spoons in my hand. You missed a lot of the fun pulling all this kaku out of this plant. Don't worry, there's plenty more to pull out though. Never knew Kikuyu was a climber. Apparently it is though. Alright, I think I'm done pulling ropes out of the ground. It's nearly 7 PM as well, so I've got to go home. I'm probably going to get the whipper snipper out. I wish I could really show you how hard this is to pull out. Most of it just snaps anyway, so there's no harm in going over with time to go rest. Come back and do it all over again tomorrow. One reason they're normally kept smaller is because they do end up being quite leggy like this, and a lot of the green growth only grows at the tips. So if you're red, the leaves will become. It's kind of like a natural sunscreen for the plant and lets it tolerate more heat and more light. So if you want your nandine, remove all of these leggy branches from the base, and that will promote new growth. Alright, now that you can get a better look at what's going on at the base of this nandina, cell-seeded and not part of the main crown. So we're going to find all the leggy branches now and cut them back right at the base. The hedge trimmer just to tidy up the shape a little bit. Alright, now we can give it a bit of shape and then it's done. Alright, the nandina's done. Weeding the rest of this garden bed and then we can get started on the lawns. Well, it wouldn't be a garden rescue video if there wasn't a date tree that had to be removed. Check it out. What an absolute petty of this tree. Now this one's nothing compared to the one I dealt with in last week's video, but it is growing right next to the hibiscus. This guy doesn't know who he's messing with. Beautiful. Okay, last thing I'm going to do to this garden bed is go over it with a string trimmer a bunch, but it'll help a little bit. You can see how much of an avid gardener Alan was, judging by the amount of compost barrels there are here. There's a big one here, a big green one there, and he's also wood compost, or maybe this is just an area where Alan puts his wood, I'm not sure, but I thought I'd put those planks of wood here so that they're out of the way. And that Alan gave me. Check it out. It's like a Lamborghini. I've never really been a fan of electric. Not the biggest bag for cuttings, but other than that, I really like it. peach tree here has a lot of dead wood on it that needs to be... This looks like a pretty old specimen, Alan. The crazy bug's nest here. Good for the tree. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this limb as well, because it's getting I think that's what these bricks were for. Alright, getting on to other fruit trees here, but we're definitely done soon. See you guys tomorrow. Alright, we're back for the final day. It's a hot just behind this apricot tree here. It's not often you see an apricot tree these days. I think they're going out of fashion a little bit maybe. I don't know if Okay, this bit of PVC pipe's not connected to anything, pretty useless. So I'm just going to go move this behind the shed with all the other building materials. Give yeet. Okay. And if you're wondering, this got an absolute field day here. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of plums. And they didn't save a whole lot of pruning. You should only remove dead wood and aim to open up the canopy as much as possible. This guy is making tons of fruit. The spurs will all different methods. A peach tree fruits on new wood and a plum tree fruits on old wood. Anyway, I'm going to try and tidy this little area up here. Don't really know what's going on. Okay, and neat as that. So we're going to chuck all that next to the shed, just where we put the other PVC pipe. Yeah, it's just going to look a lot neater. I thought that was some kind of feature at first, but they're definitely not. This is one of the most dangerous things you can do in all of Australia, turning over old... Come check this out. Is there anything Kaiku you can't do? But there's just a random bit of hose. It's probably getting a bit boring for you guys, but like pulling ropes out of the ground. Alright, I'm pretty excited to try this new attachment here. I've got the hedge trimmer attachment. My regular hedge trimmer is a bit small. I think actually I need a chainsaw for this. Alright, never mind the chainsaw. I think loppers will do just as good. All I have to do now is that little garden bed over there. Just pull the weeds out, go over the edge of it with a whipper snipper, and then finally we're done. Sorry if it's another... Interesting garden bed. Never thought about using my bath as a garden. Really good to break open and rub on your skin when you get sunburns or scratches, stuff like that. Really popular to use on your skin. Mouse here. Check it out. A mouse. I can't believe mouse. Hey, little guy. You okay? You alright, little guy? It's kind of scary. I think that's it, guys. I think Alan's got his backyard back now. Make sure if you haven't seen the first, get to the photos, the before and after photos. Should we go see if Alan likes his new backyard? Maybe enjoy one of these peaches on the tree that I think... Yeah, though. Sorry, it's a bit hot, isn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, I just thought I'd let you know I'm done.
Oh, really hot and stuff. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Hope you enjoyed it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, thanks, Alan. Thank you. Well, thanks for having me, Alan.
Okay, thanks.
I'll
help you
this yard at one point.
Oh, did?
Did you plant those gazanias?
Oh, everything here.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, maybe this is...
The keys to the house and everything's stolen and my card.
Oh my God.
I can't open the door at the moment. This really would be wonderful.
This stuff.
I actually do a free gardening service. I go around,
Free?
doesn't cost you a thing. I go around once a week and I do one person's yard completely for free. I can never line.
I've had it really for 2 weeks.
Oh,
The
okay.
house was broken into, the keys to the house and everything's stolen and my cards. And thank you.
That's okay. I'm Aiden, by the way.
Hi, Teresa.
Teresa, well, nice to meet you. And well, at least this is one thing that you don't have to do. It'll de-stress you.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's garden transformation video, and Infinity and helping people out with their neglected gardens. So I was driving past this property and I had noticed a humongous bird of paradise, and upon further inspection I could see that there were just roses that were overgrown out the front. All the garden beds were just completely overrun with oxalis through this stuff. I had to use a combination of my mower, my whippersnipper, my bladed edger. Also looking at the driveway, that was quite overgrown. I saw this area that was next to her front door in the driveway and it was just completely overtaken with ivy. It was trying to grow into her window with this place. I reckon you're going to be pretty shocked at the before and afters on this one. So I stopped my ute, I knocked on the front door and I was greeted by Teresa, and she had told me to get out of her house because she was locked in because she had no key. But she was waiting for a locksmith later on that day so that she could actually get out. But I was so glad, completely back to brand new. You guys wait till you see all the before and afters from this one. They are pretty spectacular. So stick around to see all of those at the end. Completely free to subscribe, and it just allows me to do more garden makeovers like this one today. But again, guys, I just want to thank you all for your support. I could not do this, thank you. So sit back, guys, relax, go get a coffee, go get a wine, go get a water, whatever is your preference, and enjoy this. doesn't get any sun at the bottom, it goes brown. It's not actually dead, but only the top half goes green because that's If you guys haven't seen what the kikuyu grass that we have here in South, but this stuff is so thick, my mower can't deal with it, and my whippersnipper and my edger have trouble, so
As you can possibly see. But this has so many dead flowers all over it. So oh, much better. It's me that is finally here and ready to pick out all the grubs. I'm almost... Alright, so Teresa didn't want me cutting too much of this stuff back, but I just wanted to cut everything back from the walkway. There was one last thing I wanted to do before we go, and that is to chop this branch off because it has hit me in the head at least 4 times. All right, no more head bumps from that thing.
So I hope you enjoyed this video and all of the before and afters. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing because everyone again for your support. Thanks for sticking around, and I will see you next week for another video. Have a good week, guys. See ya.
Mm-hmm.